shaking the truth.
Silver birches are a part of Britain's great heritage of trees. Examples include those at Brook Vessons and one at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Edinburgh. Silver birches were also a significant component of the vast ancient Caledonian forest, of which South Rannoch and Fetternear are a couple of remnants. Here are the Thornbury High Street silver birches, and they are under threat from South Gloucestershire Council. According to notices affixed to the trees, a recent inspection had revealed that the trees had outgrown their location, that they had a history of disrupting the pavement, and that it was not possible to remedy the situation other than by removing the trees. The trees were not there in the 1960s. This is an Images of Thornbury photograph. Actually, they were planted there in the 1970s. Apparently, the average silver birch grows to 30 metres in height, with a trunk diameter of 40 centimetres and a lifespan of 60 to 90 years, although this is likely to be less for urban trees. You can see that the two silver birches have not reached typical dimensions or are near to their ultimate age. The height shown for both trees is my estimate, but someone else has reported them as much higher. Here's the Thornbury Gazette's article about the trees. It appeared in the 1st of October issue. It seems that few people were aware of what was happening. They appear not to have read the notices on the trees. I had, though. You can see three stated reasons for their removal. 1. The roots are damaging the pavement. 2. The trees cause damage to the nearby small department store. And 3. The trees have outgrown their location. I want to challenge these three alleged reasons, starting with tree root damage. I imagine we have all seen and heard TV advertisements from personal injury lawyers. Well, they are active on the internet too, unsurprisingly. However, they are upfront and honest about two things. Firstly, the raised paving defect must be at least 1 inch above normal level. Secondly, that councils can launch a satisfactory defence in law if they have a regular inspection regime and a timely repair schedule. Actually, the Environment Committee of Thornbury Town Council has been very concerned about uneven pavements in the High Street area. Just not about the pavement by the silver birches, but rather the pavement in front of the NatWest Bank in the Plain. Here is that pavement that caused so much concern. Sure, there are 1 or 2 broken slabs, and those old flagstones are quite weather-worn, and the stone cobbling may be an issue, but all in all it is not so bad, so no issue with tree roots then. Suddenly, in September, the Town Council's Development Committee had the removal of the silver birches as a matter in progress, although the trees do not appear in the online minutes of the previous 3 meetings. What is interesting and probably pertinent is that towards the end of August, the Liberal Democrats launched a nationwide campaign for better pavement maintenance as a sensible way to avoid the more costly payment of compensation claims for trips in the street. The campaign was launched with the release of data obtained from English councils under the Freedom of Information legislation. Local party activists got to work publicising the campaign in the press and on their own websites. In no particular order, they included party activists in Gloucestershire, Oxfordshire, Hampshire, Hartlepool, Hertfordshire, Bedford, Bury, Stockton, West Sussex. I don't recall anything happening in Thornbury until the silver birches suddenly became a problem. According to the 1st of October newspaper report, Councillor Maggie Tyrrell, a LibDem councillor on South Gloucestershire Council and also chair of the Development Committee of the Town Council, sprang into action, pointing out to us mere mortals that tree roots grow. She referred to a number of accidents, without specifying how many. Now I would have thought that if the National Party can obtain data for the whole of South Gloucestershire, which is one of the councils which provided data about numbers of claims and compensation payouts, then a Thornbury councillor should be able to say exactly how many accidents have occurred in the vicinity of the silver birches. To vaguely claim a number of accidents is simply not good enough. Almost 2 weeks later, in the Bristol Evening Post, Councillor Tyrrell was reported as stating that a number of people had fallen due to the damaged pavement. Again, it was a non-specific number, and no evidence that the trees were the cause of the alleged trips. If the pavement really is dangerous because of the tree roots, then why does the council not put warning signs there until some longer-term solution is found? Even if some Flickr users might find those signs hilarious. Here is the dangerous pavement by the Wildings department store. And here it is again from a slightly different angle. If this is the danger, this raised corner of a flagstone, it is less than an inch. Or do they mean this slight unevenness? Or do they even mean this depression, presumably created by the council so that the curb drops to the road level? Was this created so that wheelchairs, prams and pushchairs and others with mobility issues can cross the high street halfway between the street's two zebra crossings and get run over? Another problem with the dangerous pavement concept is the amount of street clutter in the area of the trees. There are 2 concrete planters, a bench and the store's merchandise. Further up, there is a notice board blocking off a lot of the pedestrian access, a litter bin, another bench, and 3 cycle racks. Here is the clutter again, looking back down to the store. Notice our display board is also there. Part of the council's enhancement strategy for the High Street section of the conservation area is to minimise clutter. It seems that council officers are not looking at the alleged dangerous area by Wildings. Let's look at the High Street pavement elsewhere, in places where there are no trees. The examples that I am about to show are not serious, but on the other hand, they are very similar to anything near the silver birches. There's a depression in the pavement by the heritage shop, instead of a consistent slope of the same gradient. In front of the same shop is this trip hazard. And on the other side of the street, here's the pavement in front of the Blend coffee shop. And in front of Castle Estate Agents. Here's a trip hazard in front of Boots near the zebra crossing. And here's a trip hazard in front of Barclays Bank. And if you want to see genuine damage caused by tree roots, go to the boundary stone in Gillinstool, which is located near a primary school and a Sure Start centre.